Welcome to Fortune Cookies, and we are going to take a look at the Not So Royal Tour that is happening starting today. Today is September 4th, and apparently Harry and Meghan have arrived, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, by commercial flight, and they are holed up at Frogmore, which is a 15-minute walk from William and Catherine. So we're going to take a look and see if they're going to run into each other, maybe walking dogs at some point. Uh, I'm sure Meghan does not have her dogs. Then on Monday, they are going to be in Manchester. Let's see if Manchester makes some noise. Manchester makes some noise. Tuesday, they're going to be in Germany for the Invictus Games. And then Thursday, they're going to be back in London for the WellChild Awards. And I have notes here. Sorry about that all. So according to the Daily Mail, PR guru Mark Borkowski has described it as a Cold War between the crazy House of Sussex and the royal family. He also noted that the portrait of Meghan that was in the cut article was very, very similar to the Princess Diana portrait, and may have been purposely placed to invoke memories of her. I'm sorry, Diana, Princess of Wales. I have learned. I know how to say that. Not Princess Diana. Diana, Princess of Wales. I got it. This American got it. So also there is some talk of a found journal, that Meghan found her journal in Frogmore when they were back in June for the Jubilee celebration. Interesting, because journals just pop up all over the place. We leave those kinds of things just laying around. Curiouser and curiouser. So we're going to jump right in, and this may be a little bit of a longer reading, but I'm on holiday weekend, so I will not post it up tomorrow. I'll do some more videos for you tomorrow for the week. So you're going to get 3 videos today. One is Wallace Simpson, one is Edward, Duke of Windsor, and one is this one. So please like, share, subscribe, hang out. I hope you're in the backyard hanging out, having some beers by the pool or a slushy fruit drink if you're in America. And if you are outside of America, I hope you're having a lovely Sunday, relaxing day. Let's see what the cards say. And as always, thank you to all my new subscribers. You are all very welcome to be here. I really appreciate you checking my videos out. And if you're a repeat offender, thanks so much for being here and for all your support. You guys are awesome. Hit that like button. So let's see how things are going, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, at Frogmore. Are they happy at Frogmore? Are they at Frogmore? What do we got here? All right, so I got a jump out card. Are they at Frogmore? And I got the 9 of Swords in reverse. That is interesting. So the 9 of Swords, and I'm using my Housewives Tarot just because I feel like this is going to go down super cranky pants, Miss Nasty Pants hole. So, oh, that sounded terrible. Miss Nasty Pants. I think we're going to be in Nasty Pants world. So the 9 of Swords really is our nightmare and anxiety card. And that's this illusion that, oh, everything's so difficult. It's so hard. And I'm so overburdened. But when it's in reverse, this is like, all right, we'll just deal with it. We'll just take our medicine. So I have a feeling that, the lack of luxurious appointment to Frogmore Cottage, I think she's just like kind of over it. So apparently there's been some stories of late that she was very demanding of the construction people, but there is not a floating floor yoga studio in there. Really, like, when I do yoga, very rarely. I go to a yoga studio. One of my girlfriends, Dorothy, is an amazing instructor. So, yoga studio is great, but you can do it on the rug. You just got a yoga mat. I've done it on my porch. It is what it is. So let's see how everyone is feeling. And we'll do them as a couple collective. How are they feeling to be back at Frogmore? I hit the table so hard that my salt lamp blinked. Oh, we're just going to go with this. We don't have to come back. We'll just do a quick turnaround and we'll be in and out. And we'll just make a happy face. Just pretend we're happy. Oh, no. The Queen of Cups is very upset and very emotional. So one of the things that I did see is that they have not been afforded security. So they are with their own team. Oh, there's going to be negative. They're going to have negative information coming out. So this is very two-sided. Like, just let's take our medicine. We'll just get through this as quickly as possible. She is aggravated. There's something about Frogmore that is just so off-putting for her. She just hates it. So let's take a look. What does she hate about this house? She hates it. She's comparing it to William and Kate's new digs. Her opinion is this just was not befitting a Hollywood celebrity of her stature. Just, she could do so much better. This was really not befitting. She expected more. She expected a better tiara, better conditions in the home. She expected a castle. She wanted a castle. And a tiara. She did not get one or the other. So that's really how she's just put off by the lack of luxury. So did she want to stay at a hotel? Did she want to stay at a hotel? I know I cut my cards a lot. I hope you guys don't mind, but every time I do that, it's Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Well, she knew that she couldn't stay at a hotel because she's resigned to getting back to luxury. Like, she's just going to talk smack about the conditions that they had to live under. So is this about, is she going to promote the lack of security as the reason why they had to live in such destitution at Frogmore Cottage? Yes, she's going to say that they were on their own, and she's going to let Harry do the talking on this one, which is directly in contrast to what Edward, Duke of Windsor, advised from beyond the grave. If you haven't seen that video, just go into my videos. You'll see it. It's another video that was posted today. So, are they completely on their own? Is there a security threat? Do they have security threats? Are people threatening to come after them and ruin their love? No, but the presentation of that is very, very foolish. We have the fool here. The presentation of that is just furthering this whole, negative, ungrateful, theme that, or characterization of herself that she's creating. It's, and I know it's, I'm saying her. This is a lot of her that's coming through. So now we're going to switch cards for a second. We're going to go over to my Mystic Melodies. This is my super cartoony card deck. I love this deck. It looks goofy and weird, but it reads really, really straightforward. You readers know what I'm talking about. You tarot voyeurs, you'll learn more you watch my channel. So are they going to see William and Catherine? Are they going to make a point to see them? Or are they going to stalk on by? Stalk on by. Bum, 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 bum. Stalk on by. Oh, they can't possibly leave Frogmore because they would be at risk. The relationship is done, 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 done. Not going to work on it. And this is their fault. They're going to pitch something out there that is going to really be even more disruptive. Oh boy. There's going to be, and I don't think that we're going to know about this, so take it with a grain of salt from this psychic. There's going to be something that Meghan says behind the scenes, and Harry's going to have to try and soften it. So, you know that scene where Maleficent comes in and curses Aurora in Sleeping Beauty, and then the fairies come in, and the last one says, well, I can't undo the curse, but I can soften it, and makes her sleep instead of DIE. Harry's going to have to do something like that. He's going to try and resurrect he's going to try and counteract the craptastic things that she's going to say. Will it work? Will it work? It will help him with Catherine a little bit. She's going to tell him to mind his P's and Q's and to conduct himself better. You know, the strange thing is that Catherine is advising him. I do think that there's some communication. There's some email communication. There's something going on with Harry and Catherine. They I believe still talk a bit, and she's still trying to salvage him. Not specifically the relationship with him and William, not specifically the relationship with him and the royal family, but she's trying to salvage him as a human being. So let's see if we get some kind of conversation between the two of them. And very, very upset. She's very emotional. She's very grounded, but she's also very emotional. That Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge. I think I'm saying that right. British folks, if I'm saying it wrong, let me know. I do learn. I learn. I'm not just going to be like one of those pushy, obnoxious Americans eating cheeseburgers and getting fatter by the minute. I love a cheeseburger, though. I got to say it. I do love a cheeseburger. So let's see if we get a conversation between the two of them. And Catherine, Harry. Might have to go a little bit wider here, fellas. Very wild in his language and his ideas. And he understands that there's a lot of negativity toward them, but he doesn't care because that's the way they see things. And Catherine points out that the foundations are lost, and how will you survive? She clearly has not realized this fantasy of wild success in the United States. It would have happened by now. That the stories that she had told about how successful and what a celebrity she was really were fantasies and projection. His impatience and his inability to control himself is revealing to Catherine in these conversations. And it's one of the reasons why she is very sympathetic toward him and trying to keep that conversation going and I feel she's the only conduit that it has a reasonable perspective toward his particular condition. I'm not saying, I'm not a doctor, I'm not diagnosing anyone, but he really is steeped in this fantasy world and this irrational. It's just, I know everyone says he drip poison in his ear. It's just that he has heard so much, and there's so little of the good life that he had, the wonderful things like hunting is bad, shooting is bad, making off-color jokes are bad, his friends are bad. He just, it keeps hearing this. It's almost like, and I will admit, I had a boyfriend like this in my 20s. He just would not shut the F up. And it was like at some point you're just like, okay, all right, just, I got it. I agree. I can't take it anymore. And after a while, you start to believe that. You start to believe that the the bull that they're, yeah, just keep force feeding you is the reality. It becomes the reality. It's, a lot of people say, oh, dark magic and casting a spell. I believe that you can cast that spell just by going over and over and over again, and just saying the same things over again, and basically it's like being when we have hostage situations and we blast crappy music at the building. I believe we did it to the Branch Davidians in Waco. I believe they blasted crazy music toward them. It's just really that thing. His emotions are in overdrive, and he cannot see reality. He is very, even with Catherine, he is very, very loud about, it's almost like she can't get a word in edgewise. She is suggesting that the electronic communications, the things that are popping up on the internet are further creating this rift. She wants him to see the future. He is not seeing his future. He is not looking at the reality of where he started. He needs a meme, like how it started, how it's going. And Catherine is really trying to impress that upon him, that he needs to look at the reality and the receipts of where he was and where he is now, and how unhappy he is, whether or not the unhappiness she is trying to illuminate him to is exponentially more so since he is outside of the castle walls. But his emotions are, and his commitment to his marriage and to this individual are really, it's emotionally based, and he's having a very, very hard time taking inventory of how it started, how it's going. Catherine is very careful to illustrate to him that the judgment from his brother is very, very negative. She wants to correct that, but she says that he has to make a choice, and that choice will be difficult. There will be good aspects and there will be negative aspects. But he needs to focus. He needs to make these decisions based on fundamental and foundational things in his life. So the reality of what his legacy is going to be, she's very, very clear about that. She does drive home this concept of duty and responsibility to the accident of his birth. She really wants him to see that. Ultimately, he is still fighting and trying to move forward. He is citing that they have collaboration with legal teams and networking and agents, and it's still going to happen. And Megan has assured him that this will be a great life. And Catherine says, but at what cost? You're broke, or truly, is the home happy? Are you truly happy? And to that he answers, whatever love is, whatever happiness is. I do not think she feels that she's being successful. She does question whether or not she should continue on this type of counseling with him. She is trying to talk to him. She wanted Skippy, what's his name? Inskip, to chime in there. I think she tried to pull that in. Oof, what a headache. She gets a headache from talking to him. She really does feel like she's beating her head to the wall. So I've got 2 Heart of the Matters. We got this one, the Moon, things to be revealed, and 2 of Wands, that he's not moving forward. And under the surface, this massive disappointment. But it's almost like they're just watching the car wreck, the slow motion car wreck at this point. So short story. Don't think they're getting together at taking a 7.5-minute walk toward each other. I don't think they're doing that. William, I think, is completely opposed to it. We'll get a baseline on him right now. I am seeing closed doors all over the place with William. I don't think that he is going to be warm. Nope, he made his bed. Now he has to lie in it. He trusted this. The jury's out. I'm not going to sully my reputation. He is of the opinion that reputations are catching, and he doesn't want to infect himself with being associated with them. He will not be there. This sad squirrel is a specific card to this deck, and I read this as temper tantrum, being frustrated, like toddler temper tantrum, not being able to move forward, not being able to negotiate, being really emotionally irrational. And he is beyond that at this point, William. And he is just all about the self-preservation of his home and his legacy and his family name. So he is not going to extend himself. This is all on the part of the gruesome twosome. He's not taking any responsibility for it. So now let's take a look at how their little royal tour is going to go. And I think I'm going to switch back to the Black Tarot deck. So let's do that. And if you guys have any questions about this, please like, share, and subscribe. We'll do maybe follow-ups on maybe I'll do some lives. We'll see how Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I don't know if I can get a live in on Tuesday, but I think I can get one in on Wednesday. And we'll just see how it started and how it went. So let's see. How is Manchester, England? How are they going to respond to the One Young World? Now, apparently Megan is going to just be the keynote speaker at this. She's been involved since 2014, I think, with this organization. So let's see how is Manchester going to respond to their presence? How is Manchester going to respond? I know there's been a call for Manchester to let their feelings be known. Let's see. Ooh, yow. Queen of Wands in reverse. 4 of Swords. 7 of Wands in reverse. 4 of Pentacles. Oh. And I am sorry, but 10 of Cups. And 4 of Cups. So, all in all, I think it's going to be a non-event. They are going to be, Manchester itself is going to be very happy to see the back of her, the back of them. Not really interested. They already have their minds made up. She is not someone who is producing. She is not interesting. The 4 of Swords, they just sit down and, we're good. Say what you got to say and then beat it. 7 of Wands, this is trying to create a balancing act when it's upright, when it's upside down. Yeah, you're not really doing it. You're not really balancing very well. The view is going to be very negative despite trying to get a good message out there. I have a feeling they're not going to have much of a crowd indoors. I think for safety purposes, they're going to have much less of a crowd. That 4 of Pentacles is, she's going to dial it up. This speech is going to be dialed up, and it's just not going to serve very well, there's absolutely going to be a theme of injustice and not being treated well by the powers that be. So it's not gonna be great. The message is not going to be for young leaders to lead well. It's going to be, well, all of these bad things have happened to me, so you guys need to do something about that. It's really what the message is going to be. And here we have just very negative image, negative response to it. Four of Cups is underneath. Please go away, find something better to do, and we're glad to see the back of you. So how will Megan feel about the reception? Oh, and immediately I am getting the red dress photo where she was in the car going and making that horrible face while Harry's like, I can't remember what that was. I think that was for a military thing because she wasn't supposed to wear the red. Oh, God. Like, seriously, like, just look up what you're supposed to wear. It's that simple. Don't wear the same color as the uniform. You're not in uniform. But anyway, how is she going to see how is she going to view the event? How is she going to view the event? Immediately, she is going to be very upset. This is intuitive. She's going to be upset that the voices were not quelled. She is going to be there. It's really more of the same. No one helped me. No one supported me. No one, we had to bring our own security, and they were ill-equipped to handle what was going to happen. She is going to be really disappointed that the optics are going to be awful on this. The boos, the negative response of the community is going to be out there. They're not, the press is not going to hide this. Her PR is not going to be able to hide this. So those cat calls, those yelling things that we've seen in other videos, just a wee little bit, I think we're going to see a lot more. I don't think this is going to be received very well. She's going to be very upset at her particular reception at this. So Monday's a big day for her. She may want to rewrite that speech. I know it's late in the day in England right now, but she might want to rewrite that speech. So let's take a look at how Tuesday is going to be at the Invictus. And we're going to switch decks. Let's switch decks back to my actually, which one? I have so many decks here. You have no idea. You have no idea. So, and I think I'm going to bust out the Cthulhu deck. I have a Cthulhu deck that I've never used. I think this week I may have to bust that out. So, how is Harry going to be received at Invictus? I did become aware from Trevor Colt's video that apparently the revenues have fallen off for Invictus, which is really awful because it is such a great organization. Truly, I've done readings on it, and it's a feel good organization. I mean that like spiritually, it's a feel good organization. It really does have its heart in the right place, and we my family, we have retired service people in our family. We have close friends who have children that are adult children, of course, that are in the services here in the United States. So we have a great deal, our family has a great deal of respect. I even have a daughter that's in an ROTC program. So, but not pursuing military service. She has opted to not do that, even though I think she would be fantastic in an officer's program, but that's my opinion. So how is Harry going to be received? How is Harry going to be received at Invictus? Oh, already. My heart's breaking for him. This was such a great charity for him. He is like a non-entity at this. They're only having him participate because he kind of pushed his way in there. I don't think they want him there anymore. This is contracts broken. This is probably his last hurrah at it. I think he's going to exit from it. Dude, so dumb. So dumb. This is such a bad move. They really, again, this is like, you lie down with the dogs, you rise up with fleas. They just don't want them there. And it's really a consensus. There's nobody really nobody really wants her involvement, and it feels like he's become very different from the man, the prince that started it, to the man that he has become. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's a very, very different man that they're dealing with now. They're not dealing with the same guy. So not going to be received very well. Is this his last Invictus Games? Is this the last one that he's going to be involved? Oh, that was weird. That was like the weirdest cut I've ever done in my whole life. It's my third video in a row, guys, so I am in the great beyond. I'm gonna have to do like some serious grounding. Is this his last Invictus? Is this the last time he will be there? So this is, for now, for the time being, until he is out of this situation with Meghan, I think they are going to turn down the heat on his participation in Invictus. I think if you go to the website, I don't think he's going to be on the front page. I think you're going to have to dig pretty deep. I don't think there's going to be pictures. I think it's just going to be text, with the Duke of Sussex will be in very, very small, maybe italicized print. I don't think it's going to be an upfront participation with the organization moving forward. So let's take a look at how WellChild is going to go, and I'm going to switch back to another deck. I'm sorry I'm switching back and forth, but what I'm doing when I do this is, if you guys look, you can see there's some crystals on top of my cards, and what I do is I let the crystals clean out the energy from the card, so I get a little bit of a clearer response to my questions. Buy all my crystals at AliciaWicker.com, my bestest tarot buddy out in California. So if you would like to get some crystals, or if you do readings like this, I strongly suggest you go over there and buy some of her products. She also does readings. You can buy readings from her as well. She's a fantastic reader. I've had readings from her. She's amazing. So let's see how the WellChild Awards are going to go. Now, I believe it was last year that he busted out laughing during one of the presentations. And my immediate concern was, oh, is he on something? Just my opinion, because it just seemed very, very inappropriate. And it didn't seem like it was something funny that struck him funny. Just seemed like, as something distracted him, he just kind of went with it. So WellChild Awards, how are they going to go? I believe they're both going to be presenting, because they're like conjoined twins at this point with that death grip she has on him. Did I say that out loud? I think I did. I think I said that out loud. Oh, crap. It looked really good until I got to this. So, and we have some recklessness here. I'm putting it out there and mistake my psychic reputation on this. So, and this, I'm sorry, this is such a long video. We're gonna finish this up, and I'll do the found journal. And I'll keep going. Stick with me, people. So I'm getting a very strong sense that we may be presented with some children or some pictures, or possibly being brought out on stage. There's going to be some emphasis on the children in an attempt to get some love from this. This is going to be reaction to the Manchester and the Germany exposure and the responses to that. So I think they are going to pull out those kids. I'm just saying it. I don't know if we're going to see them. My initial instinct, I'm saying it right now, my initial instinct is that we're going to see those kids maybe pulled out on stage. Just saying. I don't know. I'm seeing something like that. Something is happening. A la Elon Musk. Elon Musk did that with what was it? The baby that he had with Grimes. I think he pulled out on stage and had him on his lap during a Q&A. I'm thinking we're going to get something like that. Just saying. I don't know. Curious to see if I'm right. They're going to keep that under wraps. Right now, it is not something that they're considering. It's going to come out of the response to the Manchester response and the Germany response. It's almost like they're going to, those kids may be thrown on a plane, zoomed out here. Or zoomed out to England. I don't know. Maybe they'll bring them in with their nanny via video cam. I have no idea, but there's going to be something here. They're going to illuminate these kids. That, it may be something. I'm getting the sense that it's going to be like a very over the top big presentation, depending on how negative the response is to Dusseldorf and Manchester. So they may just pop those kids out there. This is going to be, we have the magician, so it's going to be a magic trick. It's going to be a desperation move. This is absolutely a desperation move, hopefully to put them in a much better light, but it is going to backfire and blow up in their face. So that is not going to be the best thing to do. It's going to be in very poor judgment. So let's see what happens. Let's see if those kids show up. I think that'll be very interesting. If it does, everybody comment below. Woohoo, psychic. So I just said maybe we would look at the what did I say? The journal, the found journal. Kidding me. Did I say that out loud? Did I say that out loud? So let's look at and I was going to use the Housewife Tarot, but we will use the Mystical Melodies. And let's see what we get. This found journal. I don't know if she's copying the President number 46's offspring's found journal. All of a sudden there's a found. I went home, and during my nostalgia, I was going through one of the drawers in one of the rooms that I would cry myself to sleep, and I found the journal that chronicled all my pain and all the hardship I had while being a Duchess of the royal family of England. So awful. Put her in the Iron Maiden. All right, so let's see. This journal story. It's found journal story. What kind of truth do we have to this? Do I sound disgusted? I think I'm a little disgusted. I don't lose stuff like that. So this is an attempt to get more understanding about her experience and how vastly different it is to American life, where I could speak freely and there were no judgments on the things that I said. There's much better experience, and that's why I went back to America. She's going to try and craft this storyline, and I do think she wants to publish this. I don't know if she's being advised to do so, because it is so, when Russia became the Soviet Union, there was this whole thing of, this indulgent artwork is indulgent, and you don't want to, it doesn't serve any benefit. This is like, it's almost like she has to self-publish it. Nobody really wants to hear this, because the apparently the publishing houses are very, very aware that if they publish anything that will benefit financially these two, that there is pirating of it. So individuals will, and I know myself, Finding Freedom, I did not buy it, but I listened to it on YouTube because I didn't want to buy it. And I know I gave him the clicks, and I know I gave him the viewer, the view, but I didn't want to buy it. So, but I did want to know what was in it. I am at the best of moments a scholar, and I do want to get the balanced approach. Just like in American politics, I do watch the liberal channels, and I watch the conservative channels, and I watch the middle of the road channels, and I like my libertarian, middle of the road perspective of American politics. But so there is an understanding. So if that publishing their truth is just not profitable, so she would have to self-publish this. She feels this will make her look better. I mean, her judgment is just terrible, and will help people understand the escape from the palace. But she's being advised to sit on it because it is just too emotional. It's too self-indulgent, and it just doesn't make any sense to release that. So, will she find more of her literature on this trip? Will she find more? Perhaps volume 2 of her journal, which she intuitively, she believes that this is of historical significance. She will not. She's not going to find anything more, but it's historical. So all in all, how is Meghan going to go home from this little royal tour? I'm not even going to look at Harry. I'm just going to look at Meghan first. How is she going to go home from this? Back to the United States of America, where repression is everywhere. Oh boy. She is going to go home to America, a changed woman. She's really going to see the cruelty of the royal family, and she's going to make sure that everyone knows how cruel they are and how destitute they are and how just left out in the wind they were, and how they cannot possibly ever resurrect their reputations because of the power of the royal family. How is Harry going to go home from this ridiculousness? Oh, did I say that out loud? Harry is going to see that all the bullshit, I said bullshit, he's going to clearly see all the bullshit. He's going to understand that his legacy and the security for the foreseeable future is gone. He is going to accurately understand that this is a life of burden and toil, and I don't want to say destitution, because they're not going to be destitute. They're just not going to have this luxurious life. He's just not. I'm getting, he's not even going to have the money to play polo, let alone do what he knows how to do. He's just not like, what is he going to do? Is he going to go wait tables? Like, start a landscaping company? I don't know. Like, he just is going to realize that, he's forsaken his family and he's going to be on his own. So I think we're going to see some interesting reactions from him as they exit this trip. Well, that was a super long reading. It's one of the longer ones that I've ever done on this channel. Not counting my lives, because the lives I like to stay on. But I do hope that you all enjoyed that. And I think it's going to be very interesting as we skip along in the week to see how they do. And that was a nice big sloppy shuffle to close out my videos for today. So I am going to make myself a great big giant Bloody Mary and have a great morning after I go outside and put my feet in the mud to ground myself, because I am whoopity-doo all over the place psychically right now, from doing so many readings. Again, those of you that watch Alicia and I live on Fridays on Dueling Tarot, or live on my new Wednesday live readings for you, after a certain amount of time, we do get into the great beyonds, and we literally get kind of high from it, and we're really focused on the ethereal and not on the physical, which is a good thing in a lot of cases. Sometimes you need to jump into the ethereal and kind of hang out there for a little bit, but for the rest of the day, I am going to be a regular human in the terrestrial, and I'm going to be drinking Bloody Marys. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, for supporting my channel. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Down below, there's the link if you want to get your own magical private reading. I'm booking up with parties for the Halloween season. And if you are out of the time zone and you do want to get a face-to-face Zoom reading versus a video reading, there's a link for the video reading. Just send me an email at fortunecookiestarot@gmail.com, and I will figure something out for you. So for now, everybody, have a great rest of your weekend. Americans, enjoy Labor Day, having the extended weekend, and I'll see you all soon.